When exactly is the first day of spring in South Africa? According to the Gregorian calendar, spring starts on the 1st of September and ends on the 31st of November each year. South Africans celebrate the spring day on this day, and mostly celebrated by children, by spraying and pouring each other with water. In physics and astronomy, spring starts at the moment the sun crosses the celestial equator from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere. This is the ecliptic, which is the path followed by the sun, and this is the celestial equator. That is the imaginary line followed the imaginary line parallel to the equator in the celestial sphere. And when the sun crosses this equator from the northern hemisphere towards the southern hemisphere, that is when we have our equinox, or the spring equinox. Usually, the September equinox is on the 22nd or the 23rd of September, and rarely on the 21st and the 24th, due to the difference in the Gregorian calendar, which has 365 days per year, and the time it takes the Earth to completely orbit the Sun, which is slightly more than 365 1/4 days. This results in equinox to be 6 hours later than the previous year. There is a strong belief that during the equinoxes, the night and days hours are equal. The reality is that although the sunrise are perpendicular to the equator, most places experience more than 12 hours a day on this day. This is due to how we defined the sunrise, which is when the first tip of the sun appears in the east, and the sunset, which is when the last tip of the sun disappears from the western horizon. And two, the atmosphere acts as a lens and bends the sun rays so that even when the sun has already dipped into the western horizon, it still appears not to have set. There is the true position of the sun below the horizon, and as the sun rays get into the atmosphere, they become bent in such a way that the sun appears to be above the horizon. Hence, on the day of the southern hemisphere spring equinox, that is this year, it will be on the 23rd of September 2023 at exactly 8 hours 49 minutes South African Standard Time. South Africans will not experience equal day and night times. In Johannesburg, on the 23rd of September 2023, the sun will rise at 5 hours 55 minutes and set at 18 hours 04 minutes, making the daytime of 12 hours 9 minutes, and thus making the nighttime of 11 hours 51 minutes. We will experience equal day and night times, that is equilux, depending on one's latitude, that is how far one is from the equator. And South Africa is between latitude 22 degrees south and 35 degrees south of equator. South Africans around 22 degrees south will experience equilux around the 16th of September, and the South Africans around the 35 degrees south on the 19th of September, which is 7 days and 4 days before the actual spring equinox, respectively. African New Year coincides with the spring equinox, and South Africa is the home of the oldest known site in the world to follow the sun movement. That is, has the oldest stone calendar in the world, which is in Mpumalanga, called Izalo Yelanga. And preservation and sharing of this indigenous knowledge is credited to Baba Credo Mutwa, among others. If you learn something from this video, please like, share, and comment to encourage me to do more. Thank you.